Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/cheating stories, where OP's long-distance girlfriend was actually living a double life. Let's begin. My long-distance girlfriend who finally came to visit me while studying in the UK is actually married with a kid and still living with her husband. Posted by Reddit user RyukuCat.
I found out 2 days ago that my girlfriend, who apparently lived by herself, which is what she told me for the last 6 months, actually still lives with her husband and sleeps next to him. While she was here, she made me feel like I was the only person in her life, acted very caring towards me, and told me that she had never been in love like this before. When she returned home, I received a message from an unknown number, which turned out to be her husband, telling me that I need to leave her life forever. She had to come home and told him she wanted a divorce, and he had obviously got the number off of her phone as he figured it out. I obviously contacted her about this, and she told me that he wasn't telling the truth and that he's twisting the truth just because he has feelings for her still, and that he is most definitely an ex. I'm confused as to why she was so stupid to continue to lie. He sent me videos of their apartment which contained photos of them together, his clothes and belongings, her bags from traveling, etc. I'm still in shock. I am a disabled person with a lot of mental health problems, and I guess I was clearly blind and stupid. I'm not really sure what her goal was. Maybe she just wanted to escape her life for a bit and I was that escape. I do believe that she genuinely liked me, since I'm not a rich person, so it wasn't for the money. But the way she went about this, not only cheating on her husband but cheating me too. I just don't understand how somebody can behave like this, somebody who I thought cared about me. 6 months of lies. It hurts and I feel stupid.
OP, send the husband all of the screenshots of your conversation with his wife, including all of the lies that she has told you. She is definitely monkey branching. She wants that green card, dude. And once she has it, she will throw you away too. Good luck and be more careful next time. And now for today's second story. Baby update final. Posted by Reddit user Can I Please Stay.
My husband of 7 years and I are expecting a baby, but he's lost almost all excitement and it's breaking my heart. He's always wanted to be a daddy from the day we started dating, but I have a long-term chronic illness, so we made sure this little baby was very planned and we had everything set up to help me face the challenges that come with a harder pregnancy. At first he was so excited, falling asleep with his hand on my tummy and just genuinely over the moon, but then I started to get sick. All that love and excitement turned to fear and he blames himself. I kept trying to tell him that I knew all of this could happen before we started trying, and I made the choice to go through with this. He keeps saying, if it's you or the baby, I'm saving you, I can't live without you, and you could have happily lived your life with a pack of dogs and me. This is my fault, and it just breaks my heart. He said pregnancy is meant to be a magical experience, and this is anything but magic. He's already planned to get a vasectomy and doesn't want another baby or to try again if this one doesn't make it. I know it hasn't been easy on him watching me get everything that could go wrong in a pregnancy go wrong for me, and I know he feels helpless, but I'm scared he's resenting our baby for putting me through this. I wish there was some way I could reassure him and get his excitement back. All I can do is let him help me in any way that makes him feel like he has some control, in a situation where no one can control what's going to happen next. I wish I wasn't sick, but that's just part of who I am, and he unfortunately fell in love with the sick girl. We're each other's whole world, and I hate that I can't give him the magical experience he wanted. I wish I was magic. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest. Now for OP's first P-date. So I had a chat with my husband like a lot of you suggested, and I think we both feel a little bit better. He told me how excited he is and that he loves our little baby already so much. It's just hard for him to see the love of his life struggle. He believes once the baby and I are all clear and I'm making a full recovery, all that fear and anxiety will go away. He apologized for worrying me because he's worried about me and explained it's just hard because he sees me at my most vulnerable when it's too much and I can't hide how hard it is. I explained to him how even very healthy people can have a lot of problems during pregnancy, and that my body is doing far better than we expected. Our medical team is really happy with where I am and how we are coping, and that I understand it's the unknown that's causing the anxiety. He seems a lot lighter now and we've really gotten to the root of his worries. Hopefully I can carry our little one full term, another 8 to 10 weeks. But if the worst happened, like I had a big flare-up that trigger early labor, baby is at 30 weeks and has a large medical team ready for them at any given moment, so the odds are very in baby's favor. I did just want to address a few questions people have had to put your mind at ease. My condition isn't genetic, so the baby is perfectly healthy and we get scans and testing done to monitor him and me to make sure he's still happy swimming around in there. We have spoken to 3 specialists and done years of research before considering all options. One specialist suggested the hormones your body creates while pregnant could possibly reprogram my neural pathways and help my condition. It's a very slim chance, so we chose to try once before going down the adoption route. My husband is very serious about the vasectomy and I respect his choice, and we've decided if we want another child down the line, we will either adopt or open our home to foster care. I'm pretty sure that's all I've got for now. I've been requested to update when baby comes along and let you know how I do. Keep all the positive thoughts for me. I know I've definitely planned for the worst but expecting the best. Thank you for all chatting to me and sharing your stories. It genuinely helped to see we weren't alone in feeling this and that others have made it through. I value your input so much. Now for OP's second update. I'm currently 31 weeks pregnant and my husband has been too scared to have sex with me. I'm high risk, so he sees me as completely fragile and hasn't had sex with me for weeks. Pregnancy hormones have made me twirly, so we have done other things, but I really miss the connection and intimacy of sex. We have such a good sex life, and so in a fit of pregnancy hormones I started crying, asking him to touch me. Now this man would bend over backward to make me happy, and make me happy he did. After my first climax he laid back ready to complete himself. Now this is where I might have fucked up. I climbed on top and it was good, like really good. Until the gush. I didn't think much about it at the time and went to sleep. It wasn't until 4 a.m. when I was still very wet that I thought, oh no, I might have fucked up. So now, I'm sitting here waiting to be tested to see if sex with my husband was just really good or if he broke my waters. If the test comes back negative, he will never find out I was worried, or he'll won't touch me again until the baby arrives. I'm definitely going to be more careful and not get carried away on his magic ride. TLDR, convinced my husband to have sex with me 31 weeks pregnant. Don't know if he blew my mind or broke my waters. Small update. Just got back from the hospital, had all the testing and lots of cheeky smiles from the nurses. Turns out he's just that good, folks. The cup and a half full of liquid that had me worried and my bed soaked was all him and pregnancy hormones. He's definitely more freak than the doctors were, and he has me on a strict on my side with plenty of support if we get intimate again. Though the doctors say everything is fine and sex shouldn't be a problem for us with my condition. They reassured me I did the right thing coming in, and that if any more cough gushing were to happen, definitely come back and get checked again. I'm minutes away from my hospital, so no one worry. I'm well looked after and my baby is super happy and healthy. TLDR, my husband is just a legend and my water didn't break. And now for OP's final update. My little one is perfect, but I almost died and then had to endure the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, which surprisingly wasn't the childbirth. We had several ultrasounds and my medical team determined for both our sakes it was time to get our little guy out. I went in for my induction on Sunday, where they placed the balloon inside me. Worst balloon ever. My chronic illness was flared and I could only stand the thing for a few hours before I was screaming in pain, buckled over. I couldn't let anyone near me to examine my cervix without my body starting to show signs of shock. They removed the balloon and decided before any internal examinations I'd have to have the epidural installed. I took that spin needle like a champ. 6 times they had to try to place it in the right spot, and I sat still for over 45 minutes while they installed this wonderful little pain blocker. They broke my waters at 8 a.m. and then started my labor. The birth itself was amazing. I've never felt more powerful and in control in my life. The pain was bearable, and I'm no stranger to breathing through the unbearable. He came out naturally and was placed on my chest. It was like the whole world got wrapped about that moment. It was just him and us, my little family. Then I felt it. I reached for the gas and started breathing through the placenta, but the look in my husband's eyes said it all. 8 minutes. I had 8 minutes with my beautiful son before they pulled him off me. They couldn't stop the bleeding. A button was pressed in the room filled with people. I had the head surgeon mount my bed. She pressed down on my stomach and used herself as a plug to try stop the blood. My husband said he'd never seen me become more serious. I locked eyes with him and told him skin on skin, look after him, don't let him out of your sight, I love you, and then I was being wheeled out. The surgeon saying we might have to remove your uterus, but we'll save your life. They took me to an elevator that opened straight into the operating room. The surgeon refused to get out of me even as they slid both of us from the bed to the table. 6 medical staff pinned my arms and legs, all trying to place a line. It was something out of a nightmare. My body bucked with every push to my stomach, and all I could think was if I die because I have shitty hard veins to find, I'm going to be so pissed. I understood why she refused to remove herself, because the moment she did I felt the table around me flood. I closed my eyes and I was out. Meanwhile, my husband was left with our minutes-old baby in the same room I'd just left, staring at the piles of blood. The midwife dimmed the lights and left him there alone. She tried to mop up the site, but I'd trailed blood all through the corridors and elevator. She got him a room and he had to do all the things we were going to do alone. It was several hours before he was told I'm waking up and coming back to the birthing suite for more care. He said he heard me before he saw me and his heart broke. I woke up with a nurse I didn't know and asked for water. She kept refusing to give me anything but these small tubes. When she got sick of me asking, she gave me water and a drink like it would save my life. I've never been that thirsty before. My pain was beginning to become unbearable. I started begging her for help. She offered Panadol, and when I informed her that my epidural should have been restarted before I was woken up, she argued with me that that's not how they normally do things. 2 surgeons came over to assess me and I literally begged. I begged them to help me. My pain was getting past a point I could control. They informed me they had to put in a different type of balloon to stop the bleeding and filled me with gauze. They agreed to give me a temporary top-up of pain relief, then do handover. That nurse wheeled me to the room and started handover, which means neither of them can help me until everyone is debriefed. You probably guessed it, the pain medication wore off. My pain was a 15 out of 10. I'd have given birth to my son 10 times again if I never felt that pain again. I begged them to help me. I screamed for them to end my life, to rip it out, to kill me. Anything to make the pain stop. I was trapped in my mind. It felt like I was being held underwater, thrashed around by the waves, not knowing which way was up. It was dark and I couldn't focus. I was completely lost inside my own mind, trying to find a way away from the pain. Then I heard it. You're scaring him. You have to calm down. I have never seen my husband before that moment. His face was so clear, it was incredible. So vivid. Later he told me he could see it. He saw me return. He'd been right there trying to reach me, telling me they were bringing me pain relief. I just had to hold on, but nothing was getting through. He repeated, "You're scaring our son. Please, baby, please," and suddenly I could hear. I whipped my head around so fast and pinpointed his little bassinet and his blood-curdling scream. I shut up so quickly and focused on his little cries harder than I'd ever focused on anything. I quietly mumbled my pleas for help and my husband held my hand. The surgeons agreed to restart my epidural and I slumped. I'd lost most of my blood and had to get transfusions. I was in hospital for over a week. 80% of that I was paralyzed for. I had machines on my legs constantly moving the blood around for me. We removed 18 stickers from where they tried to get lines in for my blood and fluids. I'm black and blue still from everything, and I haven't been able to feed my own baby because of how much blood I lost. All that happened to us, but I can tell you I've never felt more love than I did for that perfect little person I made. He's healthy and happy and just the calmest little baby anyone's ever met. I'd go through hell for him and I'd do it with a smile. He's already taught me how strong I can be for him. He was able to find me when I was lost, thrashing, trying and failing to find a way from my own pain. My husband's traumatized and we are both seeking therapy to work through the entire experience, but he's such a good dad. Oh my gosh, he's so amazing, and truly we catch each other just staring at each other all the time. He says I was born to be a mother and I did such a good job. I think he's waited his whole life to be a dad and he's finally his full self. We will only be doing this once for obvious reasons, but I'm so glad I chose to do it with him. I got home a few days ago and I'm bouncing back really well. Still a long way to go, but I have so much love and support that I'm not afraid anymore. We've got this. So from my little family to you, thank you for caring and supporting us. Thank you for messaging me through my pregnancy with well wishes, and know we are all here safe, loved and happy. TLDR. Birth is scary. Motherly instincts can pull you from the darkest places, and baby, mom and dad are all home safe and well.
OP, I am so sorry that you went through all of that, but I am glad that you're making out of this okay. You did well, my friend. May God bless you and your wonderful family. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.